Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today we're going to be talking about the Detroit Pistons trading for Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz. There was an article on Bleacher Report today about potential trade packages and landing spots for Lauri Markkanen if the Jazz try to trade the All-Star. And the Detroit Pistons were one of the teams that were mentioned. And here was the deal that they proposed for the Pistons to land an all-star, a potential all-star teammate for Cade Cunningham. Here's what this deal would be. Lauri Markkanen would head to the Pistons. Tobias Harris, Simone Fontecchio, Marcus Sasser, 2026 first-round pick, non-protected, which doesn't seem too bad if the Pistons are going to be a playoff team. I think the Pistons, this year's sixth seed, should be improved if they add an all-star, like a former all-star like Lauri. And then you also have teams that were ahead of him in the standing this year, like the Celtics and Bucks, getting worse potentially. I think the Pistons, if they make this offseason some good upgrades, the Pistons, to me, I think should be a top four team in the Eastern Conference next season. It sounds crazy to say that with where they were a couple years ago, but I think that's what this team is at next year, especially after teams like the Celtics and Bucks having the unfortunate things that have happened to them with the injuries of Lillard and Tatum to their two respective teams, and then all the potential trades that might happen with those two teams this offseason. So like I said, Markkanen would head to Detroit, Fontecchio, Marcus Sasser, Tobias Harris, to Utah with that 2026 first-round pick, which is not very valuable if the Pistons are a really good team in the Eastern Conference. And then 2028 first-round pick, which is top 5 protected, would be involved in the deal. Keep in mind, here's the interesting part of the deal. Markkanen, you have him on contract for 4 years, and he's 28 years old. Now, Tobias Harris is a great player. I'm not going to say anything bad about him because I think he was great this year for the Detroit Pistons as they tried to go from 15 seed to a playoff team. And I'm not going to say anything bad about Tobias Harris because I thought he was really good this year. But here's the problem. Tobias Harris only signed a 2-year deal. He's a free agent after this season. You look at Simone Fontecchio. I think he's a great player. I really like him. And he'd be traded to his old team. He got traded from Utah to Detroit. And then he'd go right back from Detroit to Utah. He got traded at the deadline last year in the 2023-24 season to Detroit. But he's also an expiring deal. Marcus Sasser is not an expiring deal, but at the same time you've got to involve some kind of young talents, and that's what Marcus Sasser is in the deal. And for the Pistons, you add in an all-star in Lauri Markkanen, who won the most improved player in the 2022-23 season. He averaged 19 points per game and 6 rebounds this year, shooting 35% from 3 on 8.5 attempts, even though his minutes per game went down from 2 and his shot attempts went down 1.5. 2023-24 season averaged 23 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game. 2022-23 season, his best season, averaged almost 26 points per game, almost 9 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game. Was really good defensively. And from 3, he shot 39%. Even though 35% was a little bit off from this year, shot 40% in the 23-24 season, over 39% in the 22-23 season, 36% in the 21-22 season, and 40% in the 2021 season. He's over 37% from 3 in his career. And that is on almost 7 attempts per game from 3 in his career. So he'd be a great addition for this Pistons team to pair next to Cade Cunningham, pair next to Jaden Ivey, and Jalen Duren, Asar Thompson, and their group. I think there's some unknowns because you don't know if they'll re-sign Malik Beasley or not. But keep in mind, I don't know if I'm 100% on this, but Malik Beasley, I'm pretty sure Malik Beasley and Lauri Markkanen played on the same team in Utah. I very well might be wrong about that, but I think I'm right. Yeah, they did. 22-23 season, Beasley was with Utah for the 22-23 season before getting traded to the Lakers, and he played 55 games, 13 starts, averaging 13.4 points per game before getting traded to the Lakers, and Markkanen was on that team. That was the year Markkanen was balling out. So he'd be reunited with Beasley if they traded for him and then also, re-sign Beasley. So let me know your thoughts on Let me know your thoughts on the potential trade for the Pistons in the comment section, and peace out.